Today, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Got a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas. The roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Houston Texans. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive, going for 14 and also going for a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Burrow going to keep this one. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Complete to Kelly. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And now running right through it. And he's got this down to the 35. 11 yards there. First down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, this crowd does not like that call.
Understandable reaction from them. That's their team that the penalty's going against. But you and I both know they're going to take care of the quarterback.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Mixon again.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Mixon on the toss right. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Third and goal, Burrow. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. And his kick here is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
15 yards on the play, 1st down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for him. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, well, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will. From the gun, here's Watson. And down inside the 15 he goes. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
Down at the 13-yard
The
line.
run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, Watson. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Brings up 2nd.
The numbers for Mixon last week. 22 carries, 130 in the yardage department, and a touchdown, 2.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Joe Mixon.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
This is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the Texans are going to have it 1st and goal as he'll take this down to about the 3. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Auden Tate with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
1st and 10.
Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a take.
Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And the Texans scoop it. Take it right down Broadway. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 20.
Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter. Finished with over 300 yards on the night. Later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
At the 30.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And all this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the 2nd straight play. The Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
50-yard line.
From the 50, it's Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
On the play by Trayvon Diggs.
And Burrow going to throw again. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And his kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Houston set to take over. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Faking the give. Now Watson. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Eli Apple on the coverage.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again is Watson. He's going to let one fly for... Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
14. Bengals 6.
It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
So here are the Texans to take over. They fell last week to Cleveland, but they're on top here as they start this drive 1st and 10. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. Space to maneuver at the 40. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level. That offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
Yeah, making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon.
Open man is Cooks. He's got it. Touchdown, Texans. Brandon Cooks, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead. The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? That's you create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. That catch good for only a couple. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. T. Higgins is the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
That catch good for only a couple.
40-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson, they'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It's a gain of 35.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense overcommitting. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. It'll be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Texans will add on to their lead. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
And his kick is good. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Ball carrier.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Now it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Fielded just inside the 30. Now a hit and a loose football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd and a yard, Watson. He's going to fire this thing deep right. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. And did he get in? Yes, they say it's a touchdown. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Texans push further out in front.
But he decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Cincinnati set to take over once again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First down, Bengals.
Option play, Burrow holding on to it. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. Still 9 remaining on second down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now Burrow to throw on second down. That's caught by Kelly. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Burrow on third down. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Tyler.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. Throw left side complete. It's Kelly. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To the air again, Burrow. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Jerry Tillery has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
First down, here's Burrow. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. K.J. Hill, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for Joe Mixon. Incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 yards.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Burrow going for it on 4th. Oh, he'll let one. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. T. Higgins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it and having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. The 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He'll buy some time right. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the 1st down. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
6 yards. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, Watson. And this is incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Bengals will get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
A loss of 4 yards.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 17 yards out, and the Texans will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. 23-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Under pressure, they got him again. Jerry Tillery in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. On second down, here's Burrow throwing the out route and complete. That's Boyd. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down.
But it's third down.
On 3rd and 1, Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. T. Higgins was the intended target. And now it's second down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. Able to find Higgins. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauded.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
And Burrow going to throw again. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
Wave to T. Higgins. He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Burrow going for it all. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Fourth down. Here's Joe Burrow. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed.
The fourth down pass. Intercepted. The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. And one of the whistles for timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Now they try the right side here. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of